So welcome to Detroit Bankruptcy. The economic collapse in the mid-2000s was felt especially hard in Detroit. Bankruptcies and government bailouts popped up everywhere. Even the city itself declared bankruptcy. This expansion puts the economic stress full throttle right from turn one. There will be bankruptcies. Last player standing is all that matters. And yes, I do hear Detroit Rock City in my head as I'm going through this, all right? So basic rules apply for Age of Steam other than what I'm going to cover right here, okay? So we'll go over actual setup. So there's 2 goods on every city on the map. There is 1 goods cube on each city and new city. Notice the bottom 2 rows and the bottom row on all of those are all empty. All right, that is not an accident. Also, the shares issued and the income track are not being used on this board like they normally would be. Instead, they are actually printed, Ariel, if you will play Vanna, they are printed right there. So we have the number of shares down the left side, and we have the income track across the top. Notice the income track stops at 30. I think it's comical to think that we're even going to get close to that. And notice that the shares go up to 25 on this one, all right? Okay, so everybody starts with 5 shares issued, but you know what you don't see anywhere? Money. It's because we start with no money, but we start with 5 shares issued. We are in deep debt already to begin the game, okay? The goal of the game is to be the last player to go bankrupt. We're all going to go bankrupt. Be the last one. You start with 5 shares issued and no money. Shares go up to 25. Keep that in mind, okay? All right. So let's go over the differences other than what I've already covered. The engineer action here. Normally, you can build 4-track. You still can build 4-track with the engineer action. However, in addition to that, your lowest track build out here is going to be free. Now, also notice that everything is a $2 build except for the special connections down in this area of the board. Everything is a $2 build other than, you know, coming into doinks or whistle stops or towns or whatever. Those will be the normal cost, but all the terrain-wise, it's all $2. Your cheapest build, free, and you're allowed 4 builds or for track with the engineer action. The production action, and actually, we're going to do like so. You see that production action? Nah, I don't like, let's do, the white's not good. There is no production action. What cubes you see is what cubes there are. The end. Now building track. There are 4 special connections. There is one between Midtown Detroit and Downtown Detroit right here for $6. So to be able to build that, that would be 1 build and boom, it's a connection. Simple enough, right? Same goes between downtown Detroit and Windsor, Ontario. It's $8 and $10 respectively. And then there is one special build between Windsor and Windsor Airport that is $6. One player can purchase those links. There's no limit to how many you can purchase in a single turn, but when they're purchased, that's it. One person got it, and that's it. Any questions about building track? Otherwise, normal 3 builds, okay? For moving goods works just like normal when we get to the moving goods stage. However, a minimum of half of the delivery links have to be on your own track. It makes it sound as if we're going to be very symbiotic and trying to do whatever we can desperately to boost up our income to fend off bankruptcy. Therefore, at least half have to be on your own track. If you can't, then, well, you can't make that delivery. Okay? Expenses. Normally expenses are number of shares issued plus your loco or your engine or your locomotive or whatever you want to call it. That's still the case. Except there's a turn track marker up here, which really is just to laugh at us and, oh, how many turns can you last? But in addition, your expenses, shares, loco, and turn. 1 for turn 1, 2 for turn 2, 3 for turn 3, etc., etc. We are going bankrupt. Income reduction. You'll notice on the income track, that the income reduction is grossly different than it is in the base game. Normally it starts right here at 11, goes for 10, and so on and so forth. Here it's every 5. Okay? Be aware of that. So the game ends when all players except one are bankrupt. However, if somebody didn't go bankrupt, hey, congrats, you win. But if all the remaining players go bankrupt at the end of the same turn, whoever's closest to 0, because you all went negative, right? So you went bankrupt. So whoever's closest to 0 from that turn wins. In the case of a tie, there is no winner because, well, you went bankrupt. If there's an obvious winner at the end of the turn because all players are out of shares, money, and there are no cubes, then the players may call the game early. It's going to be a quick stream tonight, y'all. That's it. Okay, that's all we got. That's it. That's how you play Detroit Rock City. No, Detroit Bankruptcy. So that said, we'll randomize turn order and get started.